Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah. And this time, I want to do something of a... I guess you could say this is a bit more of a personal video. Basically, what I'm going to be saying in this video is why it is that I decided to make a gaming channel. Well, now... the anime sections I will get, the anime portion of the channel I'll talk about the reason why another time, but for this video it's just going to be focusing on what this channel is mostly about, which is video games. So the idea for me having a gaming channel actually started back when I was in secondary school. It started back when I was in secondary school. This was when I was actually watching channels like PewDiePie a lot more frequently, and I actually thought to myself, you know what? Gaming is something that I really enjoy, so I want to try and see if I can do what these people like PewDiePie are doing. So, well, the original name for this channel was actually going to be the Secondhand Pyro. The reason for this being was, at the time, I was heavily into Team Fortress 2, with the class, I guess you could say, I sort of mained being the Pyro. So, and at the time, I was pretty much all of the games that I was getting for consoles, I had to get through secondhand means because I didn't actually have any form of money coming in other than the money that my mom gave me for school. Yes, I actually went hungry for a few days just because I was like, I'm really interested in this game. I wonder if I can get it for secondhand. So after a while, the whole secondhand Pyro idea just fell through, and I instead went with the Zombie Messiah, and you're now gonna find out the reason why I am called the Zombie Messiah, and the reason is because I thought it was a cool name. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no symbolism to me behind the name. There's nothing important about the name to me. I just thought it sounded cool. So, yeah, the whole thing with the Zombie Messiah came about because I thought the name was cool. Yeah, but anyway, at the point when the channel started, I was pretty much just using PC. I was pretty much just using PC games because that was the only thing I could record gameplay for. And if you scroll far enough back through the channel, you will actually see some gameplay that I did for the game Warhammer 40,000: Dawn of War 2. And while I wish I could do more for it, the problem was that my laptop was starting to go faulty, and this actually led to the first massive stretch of time that I wasn't doing anything on the Zombie Messiah channel, and it was because of technical difficulties. However, everything changed in mid-2013 when Microsoft and Sony announced the PS4 and the Xbox One, and they both said that there was going to be recording software built into the consoles. So looking at it, I was like, sweet, I can actually get my YouTube channel all started up. So I decided, well, because Microsoft made a hash of trying to advertise the Xbox One to everyone, I pretty much decided to go with the PS4. However, in recent years, my stance on the Xbox brand has actually changed back from the blinded hatred that I had thanks to Microsoft failing to sell it, and now I play the Xbox One pretty much sometimes more than I played the PS4. But I also have the Wii U, so I try to balance time. And yes, I am planning on getting the Nintendo Switch when it comes out. But anyway, and yeah, to be honest, that was pretty much it. I got back into the YouTube game when I finally turned 18, because I had the PS4 with its recording software, and I could also link up to Google AdSense so that I could actually become a YouTube partner. Now, there's one other thing that I want to talk about in this video, and it's something that I tend to find a lot of YouTubers tend to gloss over when talking about this topic, and that's influencers. Because influencers can be important to people. They can throw a dart at a dartboard with a number of YouTubers' names, and I'm pretty sure it'll land on one that was inspired by someone else. So I'm gonna name three of my influences when it comes to YouTube. The first of which was actually PewDiePie, because his stuff was the stuff that I watched the most, and he was actually the one. Well, his channel was actually the one that had inspired me to start trying to do gaming on YouTube. The second one is Game Theory, because they pretty much showed that it's okay to look at gaming from a smart perspective, not to just do all the dumb stuff that you find in channels such as PewDiePie and Markiplier. And to be honest, the last influence I'd have to say is Jim Sterling, because his content has actually encouraged me to look at games and the games industry in a more critical way. So I tend to know a lot more about the games I'm playing, and I can actually have a full opinion on them. But yeah, and also I'm just going to take a moment to pretty much just throw down a gauntlet for other YouTubers. If you please, guys, be sure to share this out to any YouTubers that you know of. And the gauntlet that I'm throwing down is, do a video like this one and tell people who influenced you to do your channels, because, as I said, influences can be very important, and it's not. And I think it would be nice for YouTubers to know, if they inspired any of the big channels to do it. But anyway, this has been me rambling long enough. This has been in the Zombie Messiah, signing out, and have a good one. I've now got to get ready for work.